Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ghostbox Live Experimental Sessions. My name is Greg Bach, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. So tonight we're going to reach out to aliens, and we're going to see if we can. We did that last week, and we kind of talked about a little bit, for those who remember, that we wanted to maybe try it a couple times in a row to see if more usual contact would make any sort of difference whatsoever. So I'm not 100% sure. We are going to go over here real fast. Prior to the beginning of the broadcast, we had flashlight go off and we had the REM pod go off. So I'm not quite sure. If someone could turn the flashlight on again for me, that would be fantastic. Or the REM pod, for that matter, that antenna. You had the green light that went on. Can you do that again for me, please? It's hardly any fun if no one can see it. So that is what we're kind of looking at the moment. The flashlight went off a couple of times. REM pod went off twice. It was only the green light that went off. So, I'm not quite sure, but that is what happened. So, and then Robin, the obelisk says troops, TROOPS, troops. So we have that. Before we get into it, I would like to ask everyone to please share out this video, and please get some folks in here if they want to see about aliens and whatnot. A number of you have said that you've shared. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you are able to share out to other people, that would be great. A couple things too before we get, well, there we go. Are you going to do it again? Can you light up for me again, please? It was the green light. Can you do that again for me, please? I don't know if any of you heard that, but the REM pod chirped. All right. We'll just keep our eyes open, won't we? It is. Going to play a video. If it starts going off during the video, we'll stop. Some of you have seen this, but anyone who's interested in this, I would greatly appreciate it. Take a look.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Nick Ruff here. I'm very excited to announce that I've teamed up with Pair of Friends Events, and we have a special announcement right now. You can join me September 21st for a Q&A online right here. It's very intimate. It's going to be a small group of people. You can join me. You can ask me questions, walk of life, paranormal, the journey, everything supernatural. We're going to be discussing right here on September 21st. It's put on by Pair of Friends Events, and you can go to the Eventbrite page for more details so you can join. And there's going to be exclusive VIP tickets that are going to be available where you can go and get those right now and have a one-on-one discussion with me, plus an autographed picture. So if you want this face, a picture, there you go, VIP tickets, and I'll send you an autographed picture and we can talk one-on-one. It's very cool. It's very intimate, and I can't wait to discuss everything with you guys. So September 21st, join me. Come on down. Let's get together right here online with Pair of Friends Events. Go follow them on Facebook too. See you soon.
That is our event coming up next week, in just about a week. Please, folks, I'm putting the link into the chat right now. Please consider taking a look. Please consider getting a ticket. The problem is, if people don't get tickets, then quite frankly, we're not going to do anymore. As you can see, the flashlight is now on, and that just turned on a second ago. Can you turn off the flashlight for me, please? Are you somebody trying to get our attention tonight? It looks like you're weakening. Can you turn off the flashlight, please? Make it go completely dark, please. No, no, they're not. Which is how it goes sometimes. That is not a problem. So let's see here. Where are we at here? A couple other things real fast that I'm really excited about. So tomorrow I head off to Holton, Kansas. I'm going to be working with Christy, and we've got two events, one Friday night, one Saturday night at Hotel Josephine. That's in Holton, Kansas. One night's going to be at the lake house where they are, where they shot an episode for Ghost Hunters. The other is actually at Hotel Josephine. Both places are so haunted and so legitimate. So there's still tickets available for those. I mean, if you haven't decided to go already, it's probably a little bit too late, but we're putting it out there. So we have that going on. But what I'm also excited about is Sunday on Ghostbox Radio. We're going to be interviewing. I'm going to be interviewing Tracer Fox. He runs Hotel Josephine with his mom, Sarah. And we are going to be live. First time I've done a live radio broadcast from another state. And I'm really excited for that. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun for anyone who wants to take part and check it out and stuff, and ask your questions. I mean, if you want to, go to Discovery Plus and seek out that episode of Ghost Hunters, because it was from, I think, February of this year that it aired. And you can watch it, and then you can call in and ask some questions. That is totally fine. So yeah, I think it was. I mean, wasn't everything though at one point? I mean, literally everything that's historic. It's always like, well, this was a brothel at one point. So we're gonna see if that flashlight decides to change its mind at all, and if it does, then we'll have it go. If it doesn't, we'll try to reset it a little bit, but we'll just see how it all goes, as always. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to try to reach out to aliens again. I was watching Alien Talk on Temple of Phoenix Rising with Don and Adam and Jennifer, and it was a really interesting conversation about all sorts of different things. And Jennifer Lee was on there. Well, she was in the comments with me, and that was fun because she has a lot of great theories on stuff and ideas. And we're going to get her on. She's an intuitive medium. And what I think we're going to do at some point is bring her on and see if there's see what having her along does for spirit box communication. So I mean, that's going to be exciting when we're able to do that. I'm looking forward to that. And so just we got that going, but tonight we're going to try to reach out to some aliens. We did it last week. Well, we tried to last week. I don't know how successful we ultimately were, but what we were able to do was, get some interesting responses, get some interesting sounds. Whether or not that is aliens or not, who's to say? But it's worth trying again and worth asking some different questions, because of Alien Talk. And I saw Don was on here. If you're still on here, Don, hello. But what we were able to do with that previous show was talking about more of like the conspiracy and infiltration. And I feel like tonight I'd like to kind of focus on that a little bit with the questions. Now, once again, if we're getting spirits coming through, let's not stop or let's not ignore it, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Let's see what comes through. But it's well, if you wanted to do the Nick Roth one, it's online. It's totally online. So if that's something of interest to you, the other ones, nope, we get it, but we also know that it's kind of an odd thing, folks, and I'll be very honest. It's like if we don't get people going to things, then things don't happen. And I know that the other side to it is that people can't afford it because they have all sorts of other things. That's why I'm trying to do online events because the online part of it and the Nick thing is an online event because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to go to a Paracon and meet Nick. But here's an opportunity for you if you wanted to be in the room and ask him questions and stuff virtually. And then if you wanted to do the VIP ticket, you have 5 minutes alone with him to ask him, talk to him, whatever. We record it and then we send that recording to you. And then on top of that, if with the VIP ticket, you get an autographed photo of Nick Groff. And so, we're just trying to come up with ways to make things a little bit more interesting to do that. And Joshua, if you're interested, I did put the link to the Nick Groff event into the chat wherever you're watching from. There should be a link from Eventbrite in there. And I'm glad that you bring it up because that is something that I think people may not see or they may not understand is truly the fact that we're trying to do something different. We're trying to make it so that people have the opportunity to meet these people that they wouldn't have the opportunity to meet. And someone said to me the other day, well, the event tickets are too expensive. Well, you got to pay him and he's not cheap. But what we're hoping to give people who want to do it is the opportunity to meet him, to have a conversation with him, or to ask him a question during his talk. I'm going to be moderating the talk. I've spoken with Nick a couple times already, and he is just super, super excited to do that. And I know money is tough, but I hope you can do it, Amanda. Because we're trying to get people to do this so that we can do more, get other people. You let me know what other people you'd like us to try to do this with, and we'll see if we can do it. There's just, and I'm looking for getting people that haven't been doing a lot of events lately either. So, this is the idea behind doing it, because this isn't a sort of event that I'm going to make any money off of because it's an expensive way to bring someone in, but Nick is worth it. And I'm hoping that other people see that as well. And I'm going to be super honest. I'm a little surprised with how slow the tickets are going for this because it is a unique opportunity. And Nick himself said to me when we were recording his stuff that he's like, no one's done this before. This is really cool. But if I don't get people to take part in it, then we're not going to do it anymore. Financially, it just doesn't make sense. Joshua, this is exactly why we wanted to do it. You just nailed it. It's just nice. Some people still don't want to travel. Some people don't want to get on a plane. Some people can't afford it. So we thought, let's get you all, and that's not the bell. That's my text. I'm just so popular. But that's the point of it, is to get people an opportunity to meet some of these, and this is great feedback. I can certainly try. She is on my list. And I know the people who handle her, you know what I mean by handling. And there's a couple others that we're in talks with. And that's the kind of feedback I love. But if I don't get enough people for Nick, then I literally cannot. I don't know what else to do, because I can't just automatically start pouring money into someone else and hoping that works. So that's the only thing. So it's kind of like the chicken before the egg sort of thing, knowing full well that a lot of you are doing the best you can with money and everything else and trying to make ends meet. But we just figure that this is a opportunity for people to enjoy a great person. And Joshua, thank you so very much. And if anyone else could share the link for the Nick Roth event, that would be amazing. Thank you so very much. Um, the problem is you totally pay money to see Amy and Zach. I get it. That is cool. The problem is to get Nick, I had to pay money to get Nick. And if I don't make money off of this, I can't pay to bring anyone else in. It's just very simple on how it works. Like it's like, yeah, let's bring in more people, whatever. Uh, um, but the problem is, it's really really tough to put out that expenditure when it looks to me people aren't interested in Nick. You know what I mean? And we're sharing it on all of his social media sites, and you get a lot of people like, "Oh, that'd be great, that'd be great," and I'm super excited. People think it's great. I'm super excited. People are liking it, but likes and saying it's great does not pay to bring uh, to bring it. And so if I'm not making money off of one, I can't put the money back into other things. It's as simple as that. And so, just know that. And I certainly not trying to make it sound like you guys are doing anything wrong or anything. But I'm just being very honest, because I was very very egotistical, thinking when I posted the Nick uh thing, when I posted the event, I thought, boy, I hope that this event lasts, like the tickets at least last through the weekend, because I just want people to see the sponsors. I want everything. Well, it was a very slow start, to be perfectly honest. There's no reason not to be transparent about it. So, you know, this is where I just ask you all, if you find this something you want to do, and you're hoping that I will do more because I know the people, I have the ins and outs, but it also requires money. They trust me. I mean, Nick is paid for. It isn't like there's a Minnesota convention that screwed everyone over in Vegas, and he screwed over a lot of celebrities, and they're trying to do something in October, and and these celebrities sometimes just continually take it, not like the Nick Groffs, but some of the other maybe not that echelon. And that's not the way I operate. The way I operate is, you guys need to be paid. That's the agreement. So you're being paid up front. That's how I do it. That's how I do business. And so you're being paid up front. Nick's fee out of my savings was paid up front, because that's how badly I wanted to do it. And so, and that's the thing about business. You never know. You never know if it's going to work or not. I mean, that's just how it works. But I wouldn't have had it any other way, because that is what is the right thing to do. If you're going to get someone to pay somebody, you're going to pay somebody to bring them in, then you better damn well pay them, or don't overdo it. The other convention had like 30 guests, 30 like guests. Why do you have to make these things so big? Make it manageable so that you don't lose your house, and people aren't being skimmed. They owe me money. They owe a lot of vendors that I know money, and that's just not right. That is absolutely not right. So that's a long long way, and thank you for putting up with me kind of going through where I'm at with this. But that is the logistics of the Nick Groff thing. If I don't get enough people, then I probably won't do any more of these. And the people I have lined up are pretty cool, and but it's just that basic sort of thing. And that it is. It sounds like a guilt trip, but trust me, I understand that everybody's circumstance is very different, and that people are just doing the best they can. So general admission at the $40 level is you are able to have and be part of the event. You're going to be in the virtual audience, and you are going to be able to ask Nick questions directly. You're not on camera though, so it'd just be like this. This is your question, just like it'd be now. But he's going to see your question. He's going to respond to you by name. You are going to be a part of it. The VIP level, so that was general admission. The VIP level is you get that first bit with being a part of um, the hour long discussion. But then afterwards, I'm going to send you a link. There's going to be a timetable set up of what time you need to be available. I'm going to send you a link to join in to a private. And thank you. I'm starting to wonder if it is or not because no one's taking part. A private meet and greet. I will be there, but off screen because I'm recording it with Nick Roth. You have 5 minutes to just chat with him and say hello and just be like, hey, this is who I am. You might, if you're part of a paranormal team, you might be like, hey, this is what we do. This is what we've been seeing. This is what we've been finding. You have 5 minutes with him. Who gets 5 minutes alone with these people? And then that file of the two of you talking on screen together is sent back to you. But not only that, we also are going to give you a autographed photo from Nick that I will be sending to you after, like, a few weeks after the event. He's gonna sign them all out. He's gonna send them to me, and then I'm gonna send them out to everybody. I think it's a good deal. I don't know. I mean, thank you, Josh. I can't tell you how much that means to me when you say that's a bargain, because I really feel like that. I just wondered if people even, you get worried. And Brad, is it through StreamYard? Well, for me, it's through StreamYard, but it's not going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on an event platform called Hopin, and it'll be a special link that way, because not everyone wants to use Facebook. And it's going to be like you go to the link, and we can go there, and you can use it just like StreamYard. You'll write comments, and then it'll come up on screen. The VIP part of it will be through StreamYard. Well, I send you a StreamYard link for you to join in. So that is very much the case. I'll tell you what. See, I can't guarantee that, of course. But what I can say is, if you get the VIP, you can ask him for his number. I can't guarantee he's going to give it to you, but you sure can ask him about it. That's funny. Stranger things have happened. I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's a good price. I really do think it's a good price. And I've looked at it. Lauren, let me send you the link here real fast. Give me one quick second. Over on my personal page here, give me one quick second, because you all aren't getting the links and stuff. I mean, Jenny Davis is talking about Vegas, and they owe Enchanted Boutique over $3,000. I just can't do that. I can't do, what I mean by that is, when I say I can't do that, I cannot just have an event and hope that we get ticket sales and then try to pay our talent, our guests. It's like, no, if I can't afford it up front, I can't do it. That's the way I look at it. And Vegas isn't the only place. The convention in Vegas isn't the only people who screw over guests. Within a couple weeks of each other, there was another one. I don't remember where, that Dakota Layden had put out there as pay your people, pay us, and it was that in the Vegas convention. And the fact that Vegas convention is still going on, we're in Eden Prairie or Edina, wherever it is, this fall, it's just not something. And I don't normally talk about this sort of thing. I don't want to get involved, but as I'm trying to do these events and I'm trying to stay up and up and trying to be the best person I am, it bothers me that there's a place that is known for screwing over people, and I'm not getting the traction that I want. And I'm not saying that's their fault. I'm just frustrated that I'm not getting the traction that I need to do these. So thank you for listening to me beg, and thank you for listening to me to explain. I know that that's not what you all came on here for, so I do appreciate it greatly. So please buy tickets. But as as a reward, let's see if we can bring in some aliens. How about that, folks? Um, and do your protection. Always do your protection. I'm not going to go through the full protection tonight, but do your protection. And quite frankly, you should be doing it before you even get to me. But we are going to have communication tonight. Try to bring in some aliens, all the good stuff. And I appreciate that, Amanda. And I also appreciate that. You know what? $40 is a good deal, but not everyone has it. So we're all on the same page there. I just really would love to do more of these. Can you? There we go. All right. Yeah, I can do that. I think I could probably arrange something like that, Brad. Absolutely. Yes, I totally can do that for you. That's not a problem at all. See, Nick and I, come on, like that, so I know him well enough. I call him Nick. So, Nick and Greg and Nick, that's how it works. Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely make something work for you. And if by chance it doesn't work, I'd refund you. As simple as that. And then I could also give you the recording of the night so that you can see it. But man, it's getting us back to business. I know you teased me about the REM pod. I don't know what you're talking about. I got to ask about the flashlight. Is it a new one, or is that wasn't work? No, it works. It's just me setting it up. So if it's like even if I set it up on a different flashlight, I have good days and I have bad days setting it up. And so that is just how I'm. Other people, they set it up just like that. I have problems with it. I always have. Yeah, no Ouija board and no shell. That's the way I saw it. Just saying. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I'm going to bring one back. Someone is going to be making me one. I'm paying them to make me one. And we'll talk about that also because it's going to be amazing because they can make you one as well if you want. It's going to be pretty cool, and I fully endorse it. Brad, thank you very much. I look forward to it. See if there's anything else I'm missing. Lauren says, I miss you, Greg. Well, Carmichael Lynch shouldn't have fired me then, should they? We can always get together, Lauren. We can always catch up and have drinks or something one night if you like. I'd love to know what's going on with your life. You've had a lot of cool things happening, so I hope everything else is still going on. And one last thing before we get back to aliens, I just want to once again say thank you to my sponsors for this event, for the Nick event, Northern Shadows Paranormal Research Team, Enchanted Boutique. Jenny is with us tonight. Thank you so much. There is a lot of great things happening with that store. And over the course of the next week or so, once I know exactly what they're wanting me to say, because I don't want to take the cat out of the bag, I will be announcing it. The Edge magazine, Kelly Wagner's magazine, she is phenomenal, and she's also on AM 950. Northern Shadows Paranormal Research Team is a paranormal team, obviously. Things That Go Bump Minnesota is a paranormal team, both full of seasoned and wonderful investigators. Also, down in the bottom there, you have Drunken Oracle, which is Christie's show once a month. That is pretty fantastic. And last but never least, Charvinity, which Charvinity, she just watched her earlier tonight on some of these networks. Fantastic, great psychic medium, and a very, very, very good person. So, aliens. The segue from Char to aliens is not that unnatural, to be honest. Let's see. Like I said, I want to focus on government relations with them. and we'll see what we can come up with, right? Yes, she is, and she is heading out to Deadwood, and then they're going to the Stanley Hotel. That's how it works for some. But then again, I'm going to Hotel Josephine, and so we're in some pretty cool places. I'm not 100% sure, Amanda, but Drunken Oracle has its own Facebook page. So if you are not a part of that, if you don't like it, go there and like it. And that way you can definitely take part. Chuck says people don't realize what it takes to put an event like that you're trying to do. It takes a lot, doesn't it? It's really interesting. I had been doing I'd been working on this event with Nick for about 3 months, and it's been a lot of negotiation, a lot of very strong stipulation because we both sides want to make sure we're protected, and I do want make sure that they're protected as well. And Nick and Lee over at Creepy People Management, they have been really, really kind and very helpful with everything. So it does take a lot of work. And I have 3 of these events going on right now, some with British Television Love, some another one with Marty and Michael Perry doing a psychic online gallery. So, this is all stuff that is really takes up a lot of time. Um, let's see. Lauren says, do we think aliens could possibly be humans who have crossed over into a new dimension? Just a new thought I had. Lauren, I'll be honest. I think that's is a great thought. I actually proposed that to the folks over at Alien Talk tonight when we had the little conversation. That's when Jennifer Lee, who, if you don't know her, she's an intuitive medium, extraordinarily talented. She does, I believe she still has her Facebook page. I'm not 100% sure. I know that she's making changes. She has always thought the same thing, like a higher evolution, like a more evolved human state. We don't know if aliens really look like grays. We don't know what they look like. There's other people. I don't know if John Marston's on here, who's had incredible dreams about that I have to have him on my radio show to talk about them at some point, because they're not dreams. They're discussions. They're John is on a ship, and they're not alien. They're not the Greys. I think they're like children, almost like black-eyed children. It's 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 something I don't doubt. Let's put it that way. I don't hear that and go, well, that's a crazy dream, John. I hear it and I'm like, I'm in. I believe you 100%. So I'm totally there. I always wondered, is it time travel? These humans that are evolved, they come back and they're checking in on us, and we think that they're aliens. But the thing is, it's like maybe the joke is because it's time travel. They always knew that that we think of aliens looking a certain way. Therefore, they come back looking like they put make it look like that's what they look like or something. That is what we call a paradox. So we who knows. Um, by Native Americans, we were all animals, and we asked Great Spirit to be human. I totally understand that. And the Native American culture is something that I am learning a little bit more and more about, but I don't know a whole lot. I've been asked to investigate certain Native American sites, and I've always refused because I respect it and I don't understand it. And if I don't understand it, I don't feel like I have a place there. And that's the stuff I want to be super, super, super careful about, so that it's not just about getting it right, but it's also respecting the people that have asked me out there. I'm complex. Let's talk to aliens. Plant your feet, folks. Having trouble again. It's always interesting, and I don't know why you're not working this time. It's like not even working at all. It's everything is correct. Can I do it? Let's see here. Try this again. There we go. Come on. We're having real trouble with this box or the wiring or something, and I do not understand why that is. Let's see if we can do it a different way here. Try it again. There it goes, going off again. I've had to do this one time before where I've had this where the box will not work. And I've actually had to sage, and then it worked afterwards. And I feel like that is what we're running into tonight. This is really crazy. I am not sure why this isn't working. All right. Tonight we're trying to reach out to any extraterrestrials that do not live on Earth or does not come from Earth. Can you talk to us, please? You notice the flashlight has not turned back on. I am looking for. Are there any aliens? Is there any ships flying over us right now? I'm getting responses. Have you ever been to Edwards Air Force Base? Troops, shall TROOPS. Are you stationed at some base somewhere? You hear me? I hear you. What Air Force base? Almost not like seriously. Like we're gonna tell you same voice. Is it top secret to talk to us? Hey, Linda. Pride, P-R-I-D, Michelle. Glad someone's watching this. Sound like the woman said hola, actually. Hola, que kawaii. Is that what you heard, or is that what you feel, Anthony? Are we holding any of your kind as prisoners? Where are you again, Brad? Thank you. What is that? Can you give me a high-pitched sound, please? That kind of works. Open up. Are you different sexes? Do you have like a male or female versions? Are you all the same? Heaven. In heaven. Are you over Indiana by any chance? Indiana, United States? In a way that some of the people that are watching us tonight can see where you are? They're outside waiting for you. Oh, that's very interesting. Is there an experiment at the Edwards Air Force Base? You're taking part in that? Are we the experiment? Maybe something will fly overhead. No problem. It's good to see you. If I wanted to be on your ship, would you allow me to be? There's some deep sounds that I don't know what those are. Do you actually probe human life? Do you do experiments on us? It was. Did you hear that? Hello? Who are you? Did you hear that? He was like, hello? How many radio frequencies does that go through for that extended hello? That's incredible. Who said hello? That was cool. if you're that strong coming through here, can you turn something on over there for me, please? Let me know that you are able to do multiple things so that we just know what we're expecting here. Have you left us? Jill, why are you feeling targeted? Just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Lock the doors. Witches? What do you call witches in the desert? Sandwiches. Thank you. Can you tell us which planet you're from, please? How far away is your planet? Good question. Did you hear that answer? I'm asking how far away is your planet, and they said good question. I'm here. Wow. Good question. You don't know? Have you been away for a long time? Are you lost? Are you unable to get back? Got a couple other good questions on here. Anita said, I heard I am Jesus. Chuck, is there going to be a time that we're going to all be aware of you on our planet? Are you going to reveal yourself to us anytime soon?
Right.
Did she just say in about a week? Wouldn't that be crazy if that's what she said, and a week later that like suddenly full disclosure has been released, like there's ships in the sky and stuff? Well, that would make it for a better Wednesday next week. I also heard maybe. Are you stranded on our planet? Isn't it like it's in a dream or it's coming in a dream? Did anyone else hear something about Dream? Right? It did sound like it said next week.
Great.
We're getting stuff tonight, folks. What turned off? Something changed in here. Something happened over there. I don't know what it was. Something changed in here. We're probably here. And then you all heard Greg. A couple of you heard Greg, and something happened over to my left. It was like there's a light that I wasn't really aware of, and suddenly the light's out.
Okay.
Yeah, a few have heard, we have, as in it's already started. Damn. Are you going to take over our planet?
Okay.
Yes. Very clear, yes or no. Are you going to take over our planet?
Sure.
Sure. That's not very committal. Sure. Why not? Do you work with our government?
Like.
And is there one world government? Was it the global? Because I asked, is there one government? And she said the global. I thought that's what I heard at least. Maybe you all heard something else. Do you deal with a global government, not individual country governments? Well, you might have heard Pentagon. I heard global for sure. Global again. Huh. Very interesting. Definitely. How many other species that are not on the Earth do you know of?
Sure.
Are you embedded in our civilization? Like we wouldn't know you're here, but we see you all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where I live right now?
Okay.
If you know where I am, you know what street I'm on. Are there other extraterrestrials living on the street with me that I don't know about? Barbara, I'm not asking that. All right. Barbara, through the spirit box, they said no, they don't. That's what I just heard. No, they don't. To your question. Did you hear that? It said no, they don't. Do you know who's watching me right now? Are you aware of everybody who's watching me right now through the internet? Good question. Some crazy stuff coming through tonight. Where the hell that light come from? There was a light between my spirit box and my speaker. Now the only light for my speaker is on this side. The only light for my spirit box is on this side, but it was back to back and there was a light between them. I don't know what's going on here tonight. Do you breed with humans?
Oh.
What should I be careful about, Linda? Are you, if I asked you to visit me, would you visit me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Almost sound like you're at home. I am at home. Place is a mess. So you'll probably trip on something in here. But I would love to be taken. Would you take me? My obelisk is dying. Still only 2 words. If you took me, would you bring me back? And if you brought me back, would I have been operated on? Do me a favor. If you operate on me and I'm not allowed to remember, can you leave a scar on my forearm or a scratch? So I know that you were here. Yes. Fuck.
Pardon?
Would I die?
I'm gonna
Make sure you leave the scratch or the scar, okay? One last question. Do you have bases on the moon?
just make sure.
I thought that was a yes. Is it on the opposite side of what we can see of the moon? What are those sounds? How many bases on the moon do you have? Can you give me a number, please? I'm not revealing anything to anybody if you're keeping it a secret, so I'm just curious. Yeah, the obelisk passed away. Does our government know about those bases on the moon? Yeah. Are there more than one base? If you take me, would you bring me to the base? Could I see the base?
So,
Almost sound like help yourself. How many people are on your craft?
then
Are you responsible for what people perceive as religion? Like they see you and they think you're a god. Someone thought they heard you say you're Jesus earlier. Do you try to let people think that you're a religious entity? I'm hearing a lot of stuff that I don't normally hear on this box tonight. Is that you? Chuck, we're going to have none of that. None of that whatsoever. That is that is out of bounds. Anything about that episode of Doctor Who. Nope. Nope. Is there a way I can see you? Is there a way I can see you? Or any of us? No. All right. We are going to shut this session down. As long as you don't kill me, you can come get me and bring me back. I shut the session down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Well, that's how that works. Certainly one we can ask for next time. It makes you wonder too, because we've done this a number of times. Are we getting different species, or is it the same ones every time? Is it the same people every time? I don't know. Makes it sure interesting, doesn't it? So before tonight, we got a lot of deep sounds, like just, and it's, sometimes people, when they do this and we're trying to talk to spirits, some of that might be like, ooh, what is that? That's scary and dark and evil. It just sounded like it was just deep. It sounded like a lot of people talking at once, and I almost felt like that is that misdirect. they were answering our questions. You know, when it'd be like, would you come and get me? The answer was yes, which that was maybe not a great question for me to ask. Um, we had some high sounds, um, and there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on tonight. A lot going on tonight. Um, so right. I will try to, but I'm leaving tomorrow, so we'll try to get this up on Patreon. There's one person on Patreon who is here right now who sometimes likes to listen to these recordings, so maybe he might take part if he's so inclined to. So you know, if you don't mind, before you all go, I just want to run this for you all again.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Nick Ruff here. I'm very excited to announce that I've teamed up with Pair of Friends Events, and we have a special announcement right now. You can join me September 21st for a Q&A online right here. It's very intimate. It's going to be a small group of people. You can join me. You can ask me questions, walk of life, paranormal, the journey, everything supernatural. We're going to be discussing right here on September 21st. It's put on by Pair of Friends Events, and you can go to the Eventbrite page for more details so you can join. And there's going to be exclusive VIP tickets that are going to be available where you can go and get those right now and have a one-on-one discussion with me, plus an autographed picture. So if you want this face, a picture, there you go, VIP tickets, and I'll send you an autographed picture and we can talk one-on-one. It's very cool. It's very intimate, and I can't wait to discuss everything with you guys. So September 21st, join me. Come on down. Let's get together right here online with Pair of Friends Events. Go follow them on Facebook too. See you soon.
So thank you very much for all of you. And once again, if you would be inclined to support the event with Nick Roth, it's an online event, or if you could share the event out, that would also be very helpful. We're trying to sell tickets, and it is going slower than I thought. Just being very transparent, anything would be very helpful for sure. And also, once again, this Sunday on Ghostbox Radio, we got Tracer Fox on from Hotel Josephine, and we are going to be live from Holton, Kansas, which I am very, very, very excited to see. So hopefully y'all tune in for that. I probably won't be on Sunday because I'm going to be in Kansas and I'm going to be heading back to Iowa, and then early Monday morning, I start my trip back to Minnesota because I have a class to co-teach on Monday night. So just know that Sunday night I probably won't be on. Sunday afternoon I will. Tuesday may or may not. We'll see what happens. Everyone, thank you so much. If you have any questions or anything, reach out to me. Send me a friend request. You don't need to follow. I don't need people to follow me. If you want to be my friend, be my friend. Other than that, everyone, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. You all are great. Have a great week. Watch me on Sunday, please. Please buy a Nick Roth ticket, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.